Hello, greetings, my beautiful friends. The truth behind the burning of the Nottoway Plantation or White Castle. Most people that lives there know it as White Castle. So this is the truth behind that. So those that are new to my channel, welcome, hello, greetings. It's me, Coach Lee, the world's #1 self-love master educator that uses a holistic approach. Y'all, let's get into this. When I tell you, Spirit gave me a download, a message, ancestors came through, and I have to share it now. Man, I was told to go in and share this message with you guys. I had to put it in my phone because I got it, check this out, at I think it was like 3:30 in the morning, 3:33, and I received the full message at like 3:55, a little after 4. So between 3 and 4:30 is when I was getting this message. Gotta give you a background first. So, and I had to put this in my phone to make sure I come through correct for you guys. Now, fire. What is fire? Fire brings a lot of things done in the dark to the light. It's starting to bring stuff. It's starting to bring the truth out. It's starting to bring things that was hidden to the surface. Fire also, because it's like a mana. It's an element. So if this element is part of the earth element, as part of the 5 elements, it's going to bring stuff to surface. It's going to let stuff be seen that was not seen, guys. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm just so excited to tell y'all this. All right. So the untold stories about the history of Nottoway been hushed away too long. Since it's been hushed away for way too long, yeah, the ancestors was like, not no more. No. So let me give you a little background, and then I'm going to tell you the message that I had. That was part of the message, but let me give you a background. So we was in a full moon a week ago, and I had my full moon circle. 2 days before that, I kept hearing Spirit tell me, you need to be seen. You need to be seen. Like, what does that mean? Okay, I need to be seen. After that, I had the full moon circle. When I had the full moon circle, it was all about the releasing, letting go. Let's be able to make space and make room for when the new moon come out, we'll be able to plant the seeds. In order to plant the seeds, you got to make sure you have room to grow with that. And you're letting it go. Letting stuff that's no longer serving you go. Releasing it from your body. Like, I do the full moon circle, and with the full moon circles, we all in this circle engage, and we all in this circle releasing. We in this circle where we are. I do different messages with the circle. Every month is whatever the Spirit leads me to do for that month. And this month was the Scorpio. It was the Scorpio. I'm trying to catch the sun, guys. The sun is moving. It was the Scorpio full moon. And I'm not going to get into what the full moon is, because that's not what this message is all about. So I had to put that background in it because it was about the releasing, letting stuff go, releasing it, releasing, giving it back to the earth, letting it just wash away from you. And also with that releasing, it was a certain type of cleansing we had to do for our energy, for our aura. I'm not going to get into all of that because that's not what this video is about. I had to put that in there because that's the background of how come all of this started unfolding. All right, so we had the full moon session. 4 days after the full moon, I went to this wellness event. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was so beautiful. We connected, we shared, we talked, we had conversations, and we also had sound. You got to pick all kinds of instruments, the drums, and I'm not talking about I'm talking about the sound drums. I'm talking about like the shakers, the stuff that our ancestors created and we use to create certain vibrations for our body, because I'm all about the sounds. When I do my sessions, the Reiki and the chakra readings, also when I do sound bowls, I incorporate so many different type of sounds in those sessions because it sends a vibrational frequency in your body to do whatever it needs to do for you. Anyway, we had this session done. In this session, while we all collectively using our sounds, and it's just like connecting together, sinking in as a one tune, a one tone, a one vibration. We was all on the same frequency. Now, those that don't know, I am someone that calls a medium. I can see spirits, I can see animals, people. They come to me, they talk to me. Not all the time, because I had to set a boundary up with them. I had to put that out there because in this session, I seen the ancestors. I seen it all. Mind you, we were inside, but while I was in this space, I see the fire and our ancestors celebrating. It just was a fire going, a fire. And they were just celebrating. They were so happy, celebrating. Oh my gosh, they were just celebrating, dancing, joyful, and while this fire was going on. At first I thought the fire was like in the middle of us, but then now I realized the fire was like behind us because it was like a huge fire. And they was dancing, celebrating, so excited about it. That was Thursday, 4 days after the full moon. And when was the 15th? Oh, wow. This was the same exact day. Go figure. I didn't even realize that until I just had to check the date. This was the same exact date that all of this was happening, and I didn't even know that this was happening. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. So, I'm seeing all of this. They were literally excited, singing, dancing, celebrating. And then I just seen, it was the exact same day of the burning of the Nottoway Plantation, White Castle got burned. Wow. Our ancestors are free, y'all. They finally free. And they told me, this is the message they told me, because I seen it clear. Them dancing and celebrating. I seen it so clear. And now it just confirmed to me that it was on the exact same day of the burning. Mind you, this place was burning for hours. It was burning for hours. And the out history of it, I'm gonna say the out history because they was not given a full inside history. So the outside history of it is, it was a mansion that was used as a museum. The plantation was, people had weddings there as they holding these weddings there. It also was a bed and breakfast, a restaurant. It had pools there, golf court, tennis court. They just made it an all out, made it like it was a luxurious place to celebrate and be at. Now, okay, another background history of this. Yeah, the background history is, this plantation was there for over 100 years. It was there during the Civil War. It got built from slaves. The slave master, in order to show off his wealth, wanted this massive size house, the White Castle. Wanted it so grand, so huge, 64 rooms. 64 rooms, and I think it was like 150 doors and windows. Go figure, because he had over 150 slaves that built this. And it was on a sugarcane plantation. a sugarcane plantation, what is so hard, they had to use like hatchets to cut the sugarcane down, and then the manufacturer they had built that should have been used for machinery was done off of our ancestors' back, where sometimes the machines got, it would get so hot because it had to boil it down and do certain things for the sugar cane, for it to process and do whatever they had to do for it. And it would, some people would even die working in this sugarcane field in the place where they had to, after it got cut down and it went to another location, they were dying there. They were suffering there, and they was working literally from sun up to sundown in the Louisiana furnace as sun. It's hot as down here in Louisiana. It's scorching hot. And imagine working in that type of heat all day long, from the sun up to the sundown. And I'm guarantee you, it was even past the sundown. It was when it was no more light outside. In this type of heat, you sweating, you passing out, you being whipped for not doing what they want you to do. You being talked down upon. So anyway, that's part of some of the things, the history that I was told to share. It was just not nice there. It was horrible there. They had to do it. They had to go through it for years. So another part of the history of the owner, it was around the Civil War time, and he did not want to go in the war. So what he did, he sent his sons. So he would not get selected to go. And also in the process of that, doing everything that was happening, the house was saved during the war. It was just still standing. A lot of homes and plantations were suffered during the Civil War. This one still was standing strong. This Antebellum plantation was standing strong for over 100 years. I think it was 1859 that it got built from our ancestors. And then now, in 2025, it got destroyed from our ancestors. Yes, our ancestors lit a match and said, I'm not dealing with this shit no more. Y'all sitting up here still ignoring us like we don't exist. Anyway, after a while, after a few years, he left the plantation and took over 100 slaves with him and went to Texas. And when he left his wife and her babies, about 5 kids, behind. Left her behind. Go figure that. This man was a coward. This man was not nice at all. And then you turn around and leave your wife and your children behind to maintain 5,300 acres. I might be, quote me if I'm wrong, but I know it was over, I think like 800 acres, because once the Civil War happened, he had over 1,000 acres, but once the Civil War happened, some of the land was not able to be maintained, so then it went down to like 800 acres that he had left. Then you left your wife and her children to maintain all of this, and you took just about all of the slaves with you. So now, how is she supposed to maintain this plantation, this home, and you took mostly all of the slaves with you? So now she's left with just to sell the property. She sold the property for like $50,000 back then, which is equivalent. It's like $1.9 million in today's time. I had to bring all that into surface because, with all that being said, he already did not have a compassion or caring heart, even if he pretended he did. For you to leave your children and your wife behind, it's already like, wow, damn. And that's just not even the worst part. The worst part is just how he treated the slaves. So I do have to go back a little bit. So even when it got to the point where it's like slavery had to end, you no longer can to have slavery, he still found a way to have slaves by paying them $8 a month to maintain the plantation and to take care of their family, which put them all in the poverty level. You in a poverty level of living, which is still a form of enslavement. And when you think about it, guess what? They're still doing that today, currently, having us live with minimum wage and having everything surrounding us expensive. They're still doing that today, y'all. We're still kind of enslavement. They just found another way to do it that's legal. And he did that. Back in the 1800s, he did that. I'll just pay them this amount so it's not looking like I am having slaves, but yet at the same time, you still was enslaving them because you was not paying them enough to maintain their own life, to keep up with their own livelihood. And they're doing that still today in 2025. Paying you minimum wage, expecting you to still survive in this economy and not caring. So, Nottoway been hushed. The untold stories about the history of Nottoway been hushed away too long. As I was told, go be seen. My ancestors paved the way when they burned down this building and celebrated. They paved the way, y'all. It's the way has been paved for us. Those that have been lowering themselves, not shining their light, ancestors said, you can shine now. You can be seen now. I want you to be heard. I want you to be seen. I want people to know who you are. Because they was not able to tell people who they were. They was not able to speak out loud. They was not able to be seen or heard. And ancestors is telling us, now you can be seen and heard. So go out and be seen. Go out and be heard. A lot of their souls was released and freed once those flames started burning that building down. They were celebrating, y'all. I seen it with my eyes. They were celebrating, dancing, singing. And I'm like, they dancing and singing around the fire, but when I really truly let spirit take over, it was that house burning down and they were celebrating. And I just thought, oh, I'm celebrating with the ancestors and not even paying attention to what I really was seeing until they really told me to look. I had to really look. And this was actually the same exact day, and I didn't even realize it was the same day because I didn't find out about it till hours later. And then I looked at the date and I'm like, that was the exact same day I seen that. I seen them celebrating. So they also gave me the thing about the numbers. So for 2 days, I was told be seen. 2 days after that, I had the full moon circle. The 2 was in alignment. The 2 is letting you know you're in the right place at the right time. You're doing the right things because you are in alignment on what you got going on, what you're thinking, what's happening around you. My apologies, y'all. 4 days later, I seen ancestors dancing around or near fire. Like I said, I explained that when I said I thought it was like a little fire pit in the middle, and it was not. It was literally that house, that plantation, that mansion being burnt down. Now, 5 days after I was given this message to share, which is today, that was the 15th, this is the 20th. I had to sit in it, I had to be patient with it, and now I'm able to share it and tell y'all this message. Now let's break down what the numbers mean. 4 is protection. You're already in alignment on whatever you have to do, whatever's going on. You're in alignment with it. And you're being protected. You're being protected on your journey. You're being protected on your path. You're guided and it's protected. They're with you. They're on this path with you. Know that our ancestors is holding us up, standing there with us. And by this plantation finally being burnt down, they now was able to be freed and released, because the tour guides in this place was not able to go into detail about the real true meaning behind the history of the Nottoway White Castle plantation. And they could not take the hush hush no more. They was tired of feeling like we are still not being seen, we're still not being heard, and our blood, sweat, and tears had created this place. We want to be seen and heard now. And that's when it went up in flames. So, of course, they're going to look into, well, how did it burn? What happened? Was it an electrical issue? It's going to take them a minute to figure out what really happened and how it burnt down. I'm telling you right now, our ancestors was like, we're not sitting quiet any longer. You need to get out there. Y'all, the dogs might start barking. And be seen. So they created this light, which is the fire, so that nothing is done in the dark anymore, so that everything could come to surface, so that the story, the truth, can finally be told and seen and heard. Then we have the 5. 5 is transformation, change, because new things is happening. New things is being created. New things is opened up. More people is stepping into whom they are sent here to be. Make these changes, y'all. Go out there, be seen, be heard. Make these. You're protected along the way, and make these changes. The change start with you. What are you going to do? I was sent to create this video. It's you even going to be in a space to understand, or it's just going to go over your head and you ain't going to know what I'm talking about. And guess what? If you don't know what I'm talking about, when it's time for you to understand it, your spirit will RSVP accordingly. I hope this message that I was given is really seen and heard, and you take heed and go ahead and make those changes for you. Go out there, be seen. Go out there, be heard. Was not given my gifts to be quiet and hush hush. And they tired of us hush and hush. They want us to speak up. They want us to be heard. They want us to be seen. And I was given that message, go be seen, days before that happened. I released what I needed to release, and now it's like, go out there. And I'm encouraging you all to take that leap, take that step, and do the same thing. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope this message really connect to where it need to go and land. With all that being said, once again, I am Coach Lee, the world's #1 self-love master educator that uses a holistic approach. I will leave my link for you to connect with me, connect the meeting with me. It's free, so we can, because I do a multitude of things. I'm an intuitive reader. I do sound baths, chakra readings and balancing, Reiki, and a multitude of things. I'm a healer. I'm sent here to heal the world, and I have the tools to do it. I was given all of the things that I need to help heal. Thank you again, and as always, have peace in your mind, love in your heart, happiness in your soul. Namaste. Till next time, my beautiful friends.